Good evening, and this is CTV News for Tuesday, May 23rd. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, mixed emotions fill the Xfinity Center this morning in College Park, where Bowie State University held its graduation ceremony. While friends and family celebrated the commencement, for one family, the event was bittersweet. As graduates marched to their seats for commencement, one chair front and center was noticeably vacant. Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III was set to graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and was already accepted into the U.S. Army as a military intelligence officer. Instead, his family accepted his diploma while also planning his funeral. A moment of silence was held in Collins' honor during the ceremony.
Let us pause for a moment of silence, centering, prayer, reflection, as we remember the life of our fallen bulldog, Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III.
Collins was fatally stabbed Saturday afternoon while standing at a bus stop on the University of Maryland campus, and what police say may be a possible hate crime. UMD student Christopher Urbanski was arrested and is being held without bond. Urbanski belongs to an alternate right group on Facebook, and the FBI is now assisting in the investigation. But today, friends, family, and graduates wanted to concentrate on Collins's accomplishments.
I just remember interacting with him every day. You know, he'd come into the office and I'd give him a hard time and he'd give me one back. But whenever we needed somebody to go out and help others, he's always volunteered to go to the high schools and help the junior ROTC, to help other students on campus, and that's what I remember most.
To me, Second Lieutenant Collins was a mentor. He helped me a lot this past year in preparing for our advanced camp for our branch selections in the Army. And he exhibited respect better than anyone that I can think of.
We would be tired, but he's always the one saying, we gotta keep pushing, we have to keep moving forward. You know, we have to always have our dreams in front of us. And that's what he always told us, you know, keep moving forward, know what you want to do, and attack it, achieve it, and to set a new goal and achieve that goal. He was always pushing us to be better than what we were yesterday, to achieve what we can be tomorrow.
And Urbanski has been charged with second-degree murder and first-degree assault.
The University of Maryland's Black Student Union is blasting the climate at the school and the administration. On Twitter, the group says racial tensions have been escalating, and the stabbing of Richard Collins III is just the latest in a series of negative incidents aimed at the Black community. They also criticize the school for merely talking and not taking definite actions. Other students we talked to also said more needs to be done and responded to the president of the school's call for unity.
It's a lot of lip service to it, but it's not any action. He seems like he does this a lot. After something happens, he calls for we should all come together. And I'm happy that they had a moment for silence for the man at graduation and stuff. So I'm happy that we're respecting his memory, but we're not doing anything tangible to change anything.
I mean, yes, he did that, and we do need to do that, but I don't know how one can prevent this and make sure to. How does one prevent a random killing?
The Black Student Union says it will continue to demand that the administration address race-based problems. On the eve of the graduation, political figures and community leaders joined faculty and students on the Bowie State campus last night for a vigil in remembrance of Collins. Songs, candles, and balloons were laid in honor of him. Former NAACP President Ben Jealous says America has many unresolved issues in regards to race.
We are in a position to do more, and we need to do more to heal our state, to move forward, and to support all of these young people who should be at the highest of high moments in their life right now.
Meantime, Anne Arundel County Police say a former recruit has been suspended for an inappropriate Facebook post regarding Collins' murder. According to the department, the comments were made by Welby Burgon, a civilian employee in the agency's communication division. Officials say an investigation determined that Burgon's social media post was extremely insensitive and appeared to be racially motivated. In a statement, Chief Timothy Altamar calls the actions a betrayal of the values of the Anne Arundel County Police Department and says any employee who supports hateful or racist ideology will be held accountable.
Well, as we mentioned, the Black Student Union at the University of Maryland fired back today, concerned over racist incidents.
That's right. Joining us now to talk about the stabbing and the climate on the campus is Tamara Adams, president of the BSU. Thank you so much for being here. As you know, the community very upset with what happened to Richard Collins III. How do you feel as the president of the BSU at this point?
Upset, overwhelmed, disappointed, just to think that something we have been trying so long to prevent from happening on our campus has happened. We definitely tried to take steps. We have been calling out for action to prevent hate speech and hate incidents, and just to think that those concerns weren't listened to, and now this is what has happened as a result is unfortunate.
In the press release that you tweeted about, you said that the racial tensions have been escalating. Give us some examples. What are you referring to here?
Different events that have taken place on campus. So we had white supremacist posters posted everywhere throughout campus that were just left up. On Maryland Day, there were chalkings written out saying deport dreamers, build a wall. All of those things were summarized as dialogue instead of it being deemed as harmful and worrying to the students on that campus. And I think that all had just further escalated because administration refused to denounce those things as hate speech.
Now, I know from the press release that you tweeted out that you don't feel the administration is doing enough. What specifically do you think would you like to see them do?
I definitely think giving out consequences for things that have happened and more transparency. I don't know if you all have known, but we had a noose that was hung in a frat house. We found out about that a week later. As students, that's a concern for us, and we definitely need administration to tell us what's going on, and just really giving out consequences for actions instead of minimizing it to just speech.
How do you balance the free speech argument there and also protect people who are on the campus?
It's a really fine line. I do understand that, especially on the administration side. I think when it comes down to things actually being extremely harmful, in a sense, for example, like deport dreamers, yes, it could be an opinion, but if you're going to go as far as to put that where a lot of students can see it, I think even if you can't give consequences, at least removing it, they would even remove it. So that's just really upsetting to hear.
So you really want the administration to hold people accountable. What about on the personal level? Have you faced any sort of hostility as an African-American student there?
I face a lot of microaggressions. So whether that's just walking on campus and then a group of students not moving out of the way, just taking up instead of just stepping to the side. Little comments I've seen on Twitter, just that sometimes people feel as African-Americans we're doing a lot. We're doing too much and not realizing that our concerns do need to be heard in that way. People just passing over our feelings to the side happens a lot.
What steps is the Black Student Union now taking to address this? So, particularly, I understand you're making these comments on Twitter now and trying to address the issues.
Black Student Union is working with multiple organizations on campus, going into meetings because it's not just us, it's all marginalized communities. So we want to make sure that we take the time to fully develop these plans before we just go into action. So currently we're working behind the scenes with other groups to develop what's soon to come.
All right.
Thank you, Tamara. We will definitely continue to follow you and keep us posted on any new happenings and occurrences there on the school's campus.